This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
This is only a test.
DJs and MC. This DJ, he gets down.
Listen to this jockey's introduction to
Two DJs and a mic with your host, DJ Mike.
Is that a timetable?
And DJ JP.
Well, get on it. It's your time.
Give me the mic.
Man. Welcome to Two DJs and a Mic once again. We're glad to be here. We're in the house together.
Yes. Finally got a studio where we can do the show together.
Yes.
Yes. We'd like to thank my man Keith out of Chicago for coming on, the owner, the producer of the MarqueeShow, and about 25 other businesses. Too many to name, but
I wouldn't say 25, but
it's up there, Keith.
We're getting there. We got a little brand. Just bought another one about a month ago, 3 weeks ago.
Okay, don't be bashful.
Yeah, don't be bashful. Come on in here.
Yeah.
Well, glad to have you on the show, man. We did do a podcast earlier, but I know the show is getting ready to come up, so we want to try to get the word out and promote it and talk to everybody about coming out to Chicago. I think he just convinced Mike to come with me because he's going to let us do the show. I'm going to put this out here for public consumption. He's going to let us do interviews with Freedom Williams and Cuba.
I don't know that Freedom Williams is coming. I said I'm talking
to
Freedom Williams.
I'm dropping some dimes.
Look at that.
Whoever's there, we're going to get to interview them.
Right. You'll get VIP, access to all the VIPs.
We're going to get to talk to one of my favorites, Mr. Rudy from the movie Rudy. That one, I can't wait to do that one. So I'm cool. Yeah.
And one of my favorites, DJ Cuban.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No, Cubert's a great guy.
Yeah.
He owes me my FOMO video right now. I texted him this morning. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's that.
All right.
So Mike will be in for a treat because Mike's never been to a DJ show.
No.
So let's talk about that right now. And you're the guy there. So, Mike, why have you never gone to a DJ show? Not my show, just any show.
He's turning the tables. I can't wait.
I mean, you love interviewing people, so I know you must have a passion for education and talking about the industry and networking.
Look at him, boy. He's laying it on thick.
I mean, what's the deal? Your wife not let you out of the house, or what's the story?
Yeah. Well, to be honest,
I'd rather you lie to me.
No,
we're gonna be honest. We're gonna lie.
The reason is I really early didn't see a reason for it. And I think due to the fact of how I came in from a business standpoint, really didn't emphasize the importance of that. So once I became a part of like DJ Crosstalk and started interacting with some of the other guys, I saw the significance in attending the show. And me being a businessman, I'm going to always want to do something that's going to help me to be better.
Got it. Good. Totally fair answer. But, listen, the statistics show, Tony Robbins put this out there, only 5% of Americans that do not have to go to continued education for their job go. 5%. So if you make it a point to attend education, wherever it is, not my show, anywhere, a show, you go to a social media show, you go to Toastmasters in your local area, whatever it is, whatever you do to get better, in my opinion, you're in the top 5% in the industry. That puts you right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Wow. Okay.
I like that.
We're going to jump into the questions because, man, that went deep right there.
But no, you have to let that simmer because
that went deep. That cut.
Most people, they make excuses to not be great. And when you present them with the information like that, are you really willing to sacrifice to do what it takes to be great? And you'll find that they won't.
Did you guys see the movie Air yet?
Air? Yeah, I have.
I mean, what a great story about just having to look at things differently, how to change things up. I mean, it's really not even it's not even about Michael Jordan. It's really about Nike. It's about Michael Jordan's brilliant mom and dad who really looked at things totally differently, and created a totally different world. So wow. So that's that.
So we're gonna ask you some questions now.
Talk to me.
Okay, what drove you to DJing, Keith? What made you want to be a DJ?
I got dumped by my college girlfriend. That was it. That was it. So my heart broken, and I was at that place where I was getting tired of the fraternity a little bit. But all my fraternity brothers were DJing parties, and they're bringing girls back. And okay, cool. Well, I went to go work for the mobile company that they had all worked for. They had just opened up another division close to my house. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is going to be great. So first job I do is a bunch of like 5th and 6th graders running around. I'm like 20 years old looking for some hot sorority girls. I'm kind of like Will Smith and feeling more like Carlton and Fresh Prince. And I'm like, this is stupid. And they're like, no, it's not that bad. Second job I did, and I was a big muscular guy in college, so long before my big old belly. Second job we do, it's It's a private boarding school in a very wealthy suburb in Chicago. And you want to feel like stupid to show you how little I knew. This is circa like 1988, right? The band Erasure is super popular, like in the alternative charts. And you know that song, A Little Respect? I try to discover a little, right? It's all popular with The Cure and everything. A girl comes up to me and says, do you have Erasure? And I'm like, what? And she goes, do you have Erasure? And I'm running the lights, turning them on and off, making them flash. And long before the anything programmable days, I turned around and I asked the DJ, do you have a pencil? And he goes, yeah. I handed her the pencil and I pointed at the end at the eraser. I thought like she had lost her earring back and was asking me if I had an eraser to like pinch her thing on. That's how little I knew about music. We got back to the warehouse. I told the DJ, I'm like, I'm giving my 2-week notice on Monday. And he's like, what? I walk into the office. I tell the owner, who's one of my best friends still to this day, I go, I'm giving my 2-week notice. He's like, what? I go, I applied for a doorman job at Doc Weeds and at Lime Ricky's. And I go, I know one of them's going to hire me. And they're like, well, he goes, why? What did I do? I go, this DJ thing, it's stupid. I can't stand it. He's like, no. Let me show you how to do it. So he shows me. First board was a Newmark 1560 mixer and 2 Technique 1200. So he shows me how to cue up a record. And so what did I do? I cue burned the shit out of that record, pretending I was like DJ Jazzy Jeff going back and forth and back and forth. Not a clue what I'm doing. I am like the worst, like stereotypical white boy, like for like an hour. and I broke like 3 needles and that. But I'll tell you, I was just totally set, and that was it. I learned how to set up the gear.
Oh my gosh!
One thing led to another. Somebody quit, and I'm like, I'll do it. And he's like, you think you're ready? Of course I am. I knew nothing. I had like written down cheat sheets, and my first gig ever at Northern Illinois University, School of the Deaf. How can you screw that up? They're deaf. That's it. I was told they showed me on the mixer where the bass is. They're like, just turn this up as loud as you can so it vibrates. And I'm like, okay. That was it. That was my first gig. And then I started practicing by doing the parties in my fraternity house, and I fell in love with it, man. I forgot all about the girl, and that was it.
That's what you have to be in love with DJing first. You can't do it for alternative reasons. And most people are in it for money, but you have to love what you do in this business.
Oh, absolutely.
All of it is not golden memories and moments and getting the girl. It's hard work and putting in the work to be better and be good at it.
But I, like most people, fell into it by accident, man. I don't know anyone's like, I wasn't going to be a DJ when I was little. No, it's not that way.
So, no, I would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah.
What year was this?
1988, 89, somewhere in that neighborhood. I stayed with that company until February 1st of 1990. That was the day that I gave my 2-week notice. So I'd finish up right after Valentine's Day because they were really busy with fraternity parties, sorority parties, like the winter high school dances. So I wasn't going to leave the guy high and dry. So I gave my notice that day. He got thoroughly pissed. He demanded my pager back because it was his. That's how bad it was. The key to the office. There was no database in the computer. So he opens up the 3-ring binder that had all of our gigs written in it. He goes, so how many of these am I going to lose? I'm like, none of them. I said, I just went to Office Max this morning. I bought my first 1,000 business cards for $19.99. That's it. I said, I bought records for the last month, Mike. I go, I haven't bought any turntables yet. I haven't bought anything. That was it. I started.
So did you expect for you to stay forever, or?
Well, here's what's crazy. This shows you again, mind you, this is like 1980 something. I had a Ford Escort. It was the first and last new. No, take it back. It was the first car I ever bought brand new right off the dealer. Right. I did the math between my rent in the city, like my health insurance, my car payment, my car insurance. I needed like $17,000 a year to live on.
Wow.
And I said to him, I'm like, if you can put me on salary for 17 grand, I'll work 40 hours a week in the office. I'll DJ on the weekends. I'll roadie. I'll do anything, but I need 17 grand a year. Hang on. I'm going to look it up now. Let's see what that came out to a week. That had to be horribly low.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
17,000 divided by 52, $327 a week, which is what I needed to live on. And his exact words were, I can't swing that. I can't guarantee that. I was like, okay.
And you needed to make about $6 an hour.
Yep. I would have made less than that because put in 40 hours a week, in the office, meeting with clients at night, visiting banquet halls.
How bad was the pay? What were you making?
75 or like $100 a night. I know that roadieing started at like $35, something like that.
But it has come a long way. So that's 88. I believe that that might have been fair for what we were expected to do.
I'm paying my guys $95 a night now too. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Oh man.
I don't let them come near Marquee where they find out what real DJs get paid because they'll be like, wait, what? I'd like, just shut up and go cut my grass. No. But
so we
Mark Farrell's not allowed anywhere near me.
Okay. All right.
So that was that.
Yep.
So how did the Marquee Show come about? What drove you to create this?
Okay, so Marquee is actually my second incarnation.
Oh.
Actually, maybe my third. So have you guys ever heard of DJ Think Tank?
Yes, I have, but that's an exclusive private group, right?
Well, and this guy was the mayor and the founder of it. Okay.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, some people know, some people don't. And listen, it's different than when I had it. Here's what it was. This is pre-social media. This was like back in the prodj.com and the DJ chat bulletin board days where everyone just got on there and fight and told everyone they were doing it wrong. Right. And so what happened was I would make it a point to call everybody when I was coming out to Atlantic City or to Mobile Beat or any of the shows. And I would say, hey, let's put together a bar mitzvah lunch. And it'd be like me and Jeffrey Craig and Randy Ray and all of the people on the East Coast that all did bar mitzvahs. And we'd all have lunch together. Bobby Morgenstein, all those guys. And then I'd have a different group for breakfast. And I made it a point to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with different people, which is the beauty of shows still today. It's just a lot easier to set that stuff up now. And so what ends up happening is we ended up doing that. And I had found that I learned more at those lunches and there was more idea sharing happening there than what I was learning from some of the presenters. And don't get me wrong, my first DJ show was in 1989, which gave me the guts to give my 2 weeks notice. It was put on by a local DJ store that doesn't exist anymore. Then my first show was DJ Times in 1992. And I met the OGs. I met Andy Ebon and Jeff Green and Johnny Roz and John Murphy, all of the old guys like that were. And I was like, these guys are killing it. I can make a fortune. And I started going year after year after year. But as you know, the more education you get, if you're paying attention, the more redundant certain things become. Okay. And it's just that you've elevated your game to a different level. So I created Think Tank, not to be exclusive in the sense that you're not good enough to be in it, but it was to share within a certain community so that you could truly open up and give me your best ideas, because nobody was, from your area was there but you, and I could open up and share my best ideas. And that's what it was. And I mean, it's evolved into all kinds of different things. And there's all kinds of rumors about what it is and what it isn't. And, and I ran that and was there until, 2000. And I ran it for like 7 years. And then it's there and it's still going. They just celebrated their 20th Think Tank, this past year and stuff. So it was cool. And then for a brief while, I even started my own magazine called DJ Entertainer. That made 3 issues and it didn't make it. And it just wasn't supported by the industry. So I learned from that as well. And I love education. I love sharing. I love learning. And I started Marquee just the same reason you guys aren't working for another company. You wanted to follow your own path, do your own thing, create your own shingle. And I love all the other shows. I get along well with them. And in some ways they do a better job than me. And in other ways I do a better job than them. And, it just depends. I mean, Jay, you were in my show last year. It's not as exciting as Vegas. I mean, I'll be honest, but the education I think is different and more applicable to it. So, and Rob Savickas will be at my show. So it just depends.
Yeah, it was different. It's smaller, so that makes it better. And like bringing in somebody from SBA, I thought that was great to talk about SBA loans.
The business side, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. They weren't the, they were kind of brainies. They were kind of nerdy.
Right.
But they gave you the information, or at least gave you the way to go get it and check on those SBA loans or get some money if you could. So I thought that was really good and different. And I don't know how we can change them to make them better. I just think not using the same people may help it. But
I agree.
Also just upping the difficulty of the teaching. Not this is what I did, but how did you do it? What are the steps? What do I need to do to take myself to the next level? I think that's what a lot of people are craving is, okay, you did it, but how do I do it?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think people are looking for guidance, and inspiration and that's that. And again, we've got Rudy Rudiger, the original Rudy that the movie is based on, as our opening keynote. Are you going to learn anything from him? I don't know, but I'm hoping that you'll be super pumped and excited about the rest of the week. And we have a motivational speaker each morning to get you pumped up and excited for each day.
exercise class in the morning. Out in
Yeah.
It's a really well put together show. Now,
Thanks.
when what's his name spoke, the wrestler, and it seems funny because
Diamond,
all these guys, he was really good. And then
And you know what? A lot of people are like, "Why are you bringing in a WWE wrestler? Like, are you crazy?"
He was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
success is success.
Yes, and he was. But I'm gonna tell you another one. Ted DiBiase in Vegas. I thought he was great. Yeah.
You know what? He was disappointing to me, and it's not him. I really believed. Now, this is me, and they didn't announce what he was going to be speaking on.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I thought we were going to see there. I thought he was going to talk about how to motivate a crowd. Because if you think about it, he was the $1 million man.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get 20,000 people in attendance to cheer for you and people on TV, in your living room to cheer, or to do the opposite, boo, give you the finger, the whole thing? Because if you know anything about wrestling, they either want you booing or they want you cheering. They don't want you quiet, right?
Yeah.
And so I thought, oh my God, this guy's going to teach us microphone technique. I can't wait to see what this guy's going to teach us. And then he started talking about, being Walter Payton's roommates and his belief in Jesus. And listen, I'm all about Jesus, but time and place. I wasn't there for church. I was there to learn.
Yeah.
And I'll go to church on Sunday.
Yeah. Show me the money.
Yeah, and I mean, again, same place. So just time and place. And he wasn't my favorite, and so I took a lot of heat. People were like, "We already did a wrestler. Like, you didn't work." And I'm like, just give him a shot.
Well, but this is how I look at it, Keith. Everybody's not going to be great, and everybody's not going to give you exactly what you're looking for, what you think they should deliver.
Sure.
What I do is there's always a nugget in every presenter. And that's the nugget I take home with me and I take back home and I want to implement it into my business. Yeah, someone might not give you anything, but if I can find one or two things from the show that I can take back and change how I do something and it make a difference, then that's what I look for, because I'm just trying to find the nuggets from.
Well, I consider it like an educational buffet. You take what you want and that's that. And some of the stuff is you look at that same buffet and you're like, man, I haven't had Jell-O since my grandma died. And then you go there and you're like, okay, it's been around forever. And I'll give you an example. When COVID hit, I'm on a Zoom call with celebrity wedding planner David Tutera. And he's talking about, he goes, you know what I am loving about this shutdown? And I'm thinking, like, what could you possibly be loving? He opens up a bunch of handwritten notes that have been sent to him. And it was just people checking in on him, wishing him well, hoping that he's doing okay. And I started going, oh my God, we used to do handwritten thank you notes after every single wedding. We used to send them out with our DJs. They used to have to handwrite something personal about the wedding, put it in the same slot as all of the cash cards and everything. Right. And you know what? I got away from it. Why? Because my CRM program sends out hey, thank you so much for having us. Here's the link for the evaluation. Here, review us on the night. We were awesome.
Midnight or 4 a.m, they get it. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And the thing about it is I'm like, you know what? I was reminded of those personal touches and that was it. I mean, listen, I'm no genius, but even the amount of people that just say, compared to other show producers, the fact that I'm at the booth most of the time at registration and my mom is there too, always welcoming people and saying hello. And are you having a good time? Do you need anything? Like it's no different than the DJs out on the job, right? I mean, you're checking in with the wedding couple, making sure everything's cool. You're overlooking everything, making sure that everything's great. And if you can do something, you're going to do it. So same thing.
To me, what do you think is the most difficult thing with doing the show, or what has been your biggest hurdle?
Biggest hurdle is getting people to think differently. Okay. And again, no disrespect, Mike, you had your reason for not coming. And I'm not saying you were wrong, but, it took a couple of minutes pre-show for us just to chat, me to kind of bust your chops a little bit. And, you say that you're coming and I'll give you a big old hug and a piece of deep dish pizza when you show up. But here's the thing. Now you multiply that times thousands of people. My email database is like 45,000 people. I mean, and if you look at the reach of not me on social media, but of me and the 20 something presenters, I mean, we're reaching 50 to 100,000 people. So the question is, why am I only seeing 600 to 1,000 in attendance? You know, and again, some of the people just come in for some people come in just for the just to walk the show floor. They want to see gear, and that's cool too. And this year we got a ton of new gear. Pioneer's got 3 new controllers, 2 new speakers, 2 new subs. QSC's got their whole new line array that they're showing in a demo room.
Going to be there.
QSC's going to be there. Their new L series is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's serious. If you're doing a big party, they've got a PA for you. So I just ordered 4 of the tops and 2 of the subs. Each top, if memory serves, is 2,000 watts. So I've got 4,000 on top and 4,000 on each side. So 8,000 total. And then I've got the subs, the KS118s, which I believe are 2,000 each as well. Whew. So I'm going to make some noise. My neighbor's not going to be happy.
Yeah, knock them out the box.
And see, to me, that's one thing I really like about the shows too. No, I'm there for the education, but I love being able to put my hand on something new and touch it and see it for myself instead of having to read about it or have somebody else tell about it. I think that's one of the best things to the show. And I'm glad the showroom floor is filling up and getting bigger.
Yeah. Well, Chauvet's got a bunch of battery-powered movers now, so forget about cords. Everything's wireless. I mean, American DJ's got a bunch of new movers out, new washes out. Who else has got product? I mean, everyone seems to have.
We can get those guys too. We can get them on the show. I know Joffrey from Chauvet, and I don't know anybody directly from American DJ.
Alfred will be there personally, along with one of the local dealers repping it.
Okay.
And Anna will be out there for sure with Frank from Mainline, and who else do we have? Frank from Blizzard Lighting will be out there.
Come on the show or walk around and get a little footage of.
Yeah, by all means. So sure.
Well, one of the things that I want to talk on also that I think is important is the reason why you have so many guys that don't come to these shows. And I think, the educational piece is always important, but there is a way that people come into the industry that I think that creates a real big problem. And we know back in the 80s when you were DJing, how selfish in some areas it was in the DJ industry. And I think when you're dealing with a lot of guys that see or think that doing a club or bars or so forth or the way to go, that they get kind of pushed away from the educational piece. And they have to find out by dealing with other DJs that are involved in different things. And for me, it was just a beautiful thing, just meeting someone and coming to a group, because there are so many guys out there that would love to have the education, but they really don't know that it exists because the box that they live in from a DJ standpoint.
I agree with that, Keith, but I came back from my first mobile beat and I preached and I've shared this with everybody.
I understand that, but it's just it's different. Like in the groups is one thing, but you got a whole another set of guys that function totally different.
It's kind of different anyway because wedding DJs and club DJs kind of 2 different things.
Oh, but let's face it, that market shifted. Because a lot of club DJs have acknowledged they can make more money doing one-off weddings for $1,000 to $2,000. Yeah. So, and no disrespect to any club DJ, but they're not bringing people in like the 80s. I mean, whoever your local hot mix DJ was for your area, he got paid serious bank because he'd put 300-400 people in, or his group would bring in 300-400 people, and they made cash. There are so many DJs now that are really talented too. They're not, what are you calling? They're just not. They're not putting people through the door. You know what I mean? It's just not happening. So
very few that are doing that, but some can do that. You know, your big
Yeah.
name, but you're right. It's tough. Almost,
Yeah.
you know, some places, but those are people like Vegas. Those are people coming to visit, so they're gonna go to the clubs anyway just to see somebody they've heard about, or you know, Kevin Harris, whoever's out there that particular night or in the club. They're gonna go try to check it out just because they're in Vegas and they want to go see him.
And that's the draw of Vegas's tourism.
Yeah.
And Atlantic City is the same way. The population density out there is so huge that, you know, they're going to pull in. They could do, and I'm not saying that they do, John Doe, show producer in Atlantic City, could put on the worst show in the world just because of the sheer number of DJs on the East Coast. You'll pull if you advertise, you know, and that's just the way that it is. So,
yeah.
So that's all. And that show's always well attended. They've got the biggest show floor in the country. And the Hard Rock Hotel in Atlantic City, it's so nice.
Yeah, you know, I haven't been to that one, but I said I'm going to try to go. But every time I get on a show now, everybody's inviting me, or you know, inviting us to come and do the live stream for us because of what we're doing now. Maybe me and Mike have found a niche. We just got to find a way to more monetize it. But we found a niche. Okay, so what's the next question, Mike? What else you got on? What we get?
Yeah, we got so much. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate the.
And I hope I ain't railroad that answer. If you want to get something else out of it, go ahead.
No, I totally understand. I just see that there are two different worlds. And,
I get it.
Yeah, but
you know, and I'm not saying that there's an excuse, because there's never an excuse. It's just that whether we accept it or not, and I'll touch on something.
But you can get better in either world. He said something too, and I wish. Normally, I'm taking notes, and you said something about continuing education. 5%.
Yeah, that's what I want to go back to.
Go ahead. I'm
just saying when you're dealing with 5% of the majority of the world, I'm just saying you have to look at that.
An industry.
That's basically saying that most people live in a box.
So,
without question.
The box.
Right.
So, out of 100 DJs, that's 5 DJs. So if you got 200 DJs, that's 10 DJs that are trying to see continuing education.
So if you have 100,000 DJs in this country, that means only 5,000 of them will go to conferences, period. And those are now split up between Marquee, Midwest, DJ Collective, Vegas, and Atlantic City.
And I mean, yeah. Wow. And I'm gonna hit you with some more numbers. That's going to make this make sense.
Okay.
2% of the people in the world think, 3% think they think, and 95% would rather die than think. So now you add that to that.
That's why we do the show. But you're right. That is crazy. 5%.
Yeah.
But
and you know what's crazier? Like you think about some of the people that are required to, like my sister, God rest her soul, was a beautician or hairdresser or whatever.
Yes.
They have to. They have to.
So
barbering hasn't changed in like 100 years.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. I got to throw this in here so do you think there should be some kind of certification or some kind of requirements?
No, and the reason for it is this. The reason that certain things happen is due to having interaction with the law or with public health. So I think that when you have to be certified,
some of these guys are killing people with their bad DJing.
Killing, no, probably saving. Are you getting bad DJs? Are probably pushing people out of the banquet halls and saving the banquet hall owners money and alcohol. To be honest with you. But no, because here's the thing: you can certify knowledge. Okay, like I can say to you, like for 10 points towards your certification, set up this 3-way sound system or this line array, or show me how to DMX 4 lights. But that doesn't mean that you'll know what to play at what time.
No,
you know what I mean? And while I don't think that it's rocket science, I do think it's an art. Okay. And a lot of it is memorization. I mean, let's be honest. Like we all go to our playbook in our head of, okay, I'm at 118 beats a minute and I'm doing old school late 80s, early 90s. So you're going, I'm hitting Black Box, I'm hitting CNC Music Factory. Like, and part of that's just memorization from doing it, you know? Yeah. And, you know, I also own a novelty cart catering business. So we do hot dog carts, right? And so I work them. I'm a workaholic. I love being out. So I'm out all the time. I see some of the best DJs with a fresh approach. And then I see DJs where I'm just cringing the whole time, where it's like, it's like these guys don't even know what a cue point is. You know what I mean? It's just bad. Really, really bad. But I just smile and I hand him a hot dog without ketchup on it. That's all.
Yeah.
So,
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, jump to some more questions, Mike. Come on, we're getting bogged down.
Yeah. So, where are we at?
Right.
What can people get out of Marquee?
We already did that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we did that one.
Yeah.
Mike over here, So what is your go-to music, Keith? What do you like?
As a DJ.
We're gonna not try
You know
to
what? I'm pretty open format. You know, the bottom line for me is what works and what makes people happy is what works. I mean, I think we've all been doing this long enough because you guys are clearly over the age of 25, as am I. Listen,
Clearly.
I doubt that any of us truly listen to what we play on the weekends personally that often.
So what do you listen to? What do you like to listen to?
Me, I'm an old school 80s hairband guy. Like in the morning, you're hearing like Poison in the shower and old school Van Halen and
oh yeah, you're right.
And all of it. And it's just like I'll be 54 this year. And I know what you're thinking. My God, that can't be. You don't look a day over 35. But no, but the fact of the matter is that you know, I that's what I like. I'm a humongous. If anybody knows anything about me, there are I'm a fan of two things: the Chicago Cubs and Billy Joel.
Yeah.
I've seen Billy Joel about
the Cubs.
23 times. I think I've seen Billy Joel now.
Wow.
I mean, I've seen him with Elton John. I've seen him
that's a lot.
Like everywhere. Yeah, I'm just a huge fan.
I don't know if I've seen anybody that many times.
No, for the longest time.
Not even my pastor.
Yeah. No, I spent more time with Billy Joel than my ex-wife, and we were married for 7.5 years. So
wow. Jeez.
But no, I like that. But I still like creativity. You know, I like what Eric Rhodes is doing with some of his mashups and a bunch of people. So it's always interesting. You know, I just took my parents 3 weeks ago to see Frankie Valli, who's 89 years old. And I didn't think he was singing on top of a track. I thought he was live. And I mean, he was still killing it. He had 4 really great backup singers as his 4 seasons. Mm-hmm. And he was great. I had a good time. But I mean, you wouldn't expect someone our age to be digging Frankie Valli. But, you know, I dig a lot of stuff. I'm all over the place musically.
No, I like old school too. And I don't know if you'd like this, but if you ever get a chance to go see Charlie Wilson, formerly of the Gap Band.
Okay.
He's 60, 70, almost 70. He puts on a hell of a show.
Cool.
So if you ever get a chance to go see him, check him out.
Yeah.
All right.
But as far as my go-to music as a DJ, it's whatever the crowd wants. You know, if I'm doing an African-American crowd, I'm playing R&B and soul and Motown and hip hop. And, you know, if I'm in the middle of nowhere and I'm playing country, like it's whatever's going to work. I want the people to be happy. That's the bottom line.
There you go.
So,
so happy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Lord.
Yeah. So who is your favorite DJ and why?
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
That's what we do.
Let's see. I would say DJ Flipside from Chicago, from B96 and 104.3 Jams, who's going to be teaching an editing class. And part of it is he's not only ridiculously talented.
He said, "Is that a promo?"
No, it's just he's going to be there, but he's not only talented. But I'll give you an example. My nephew used to listen to him. And my nephew's 22 now, and from about the time of 3, he was my mini-me. He came with me everywhere. So when I started, you know, when he started getting old enough to push buttons, if there were certain things, he would come over to the office and play. And I set him up with his first little Pioneer controller and set him up with a little laptop and all of it. And he idolized Flipside. So he was maybe 10 years old. We went to like the top 40 Jingle Bash thing, and Flipside was there. he treated my nephew like $1,000,000.
Wow.
I mean, he made him feel like the most special kid at that concert and took pictures and like signed stuff and the whole deal. And the bottom line was like he made himself on a personal level. He's the nicest guy in the world. Another one, DJ Speed, who's another Chicago DJ, who's unbelievable. Flip side, again, he's been nothing but kind to me, and he is ridiculously talented, and he's just the nicest guy in the world.
Cool.
I met Z-Trip a couple of years ago at DJ Expo. Super cool. I saw him at NAM this year. And he was super, super cool. Unfortunately, he's touring along with LL Cool J and DJ Jazzy Jeff. They'll be in New Jersey the night of our show. I tried to convince him to cancel the concert to come play our 90s party, but he just looked at me like I was on crack. But,
That's cool.
But yeah, those are kind of my.
Well, that's
my
a good reason, especially if you know somebody. That's a great reason. All right,
Yeah.
keep it moving.
Yeah. No, DJ Jazzy Jeff is one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he was super nice. His wife was super nice too.
Yeah. All right. What are some good business practices that you can share with the
I'll give you what I think is the best one. Okay. Answer the goddamn phone. Okay. That's it. Answer your phone. Be nice and polite with people.
Okay.
That's it. It's so crazy. If you saw my Facebook this week, I have been in customer service hell with everybody. Okay. All big companies, just horrible. And all they do is make excuses. Like the key to sales isn't about selling anything. Sales is about solving someone's problems. Period. Okay. That's it.
But you know, that's funny because I have a big gig on June the 24th that I was doing. I reached out to 3 audio companies because I just wanted us to be able to plug and play. Only one of them returned my call.
Right.
And I'm like,
listen, even if the other 2 were booked, hey,
at least
shoot me an email, whatever.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, man, we're totally booked. Good luck.
Yeah, I called one of them twice, and finally he answered the phone. He said, "Oh, I've been busy all week. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna get you something." I'm like, "Okay, you know what?" But you know, you kind of sometimes you're in a hole because there's only so much to choose from. So, but you know, from now,
yeah, but
I know it's horrible. But he's right. That's it. No, that should be number one. Customer service in all aspects, not just answering the damn phone. Being nice to people. Handling your business. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Keep your word, and deliver what you say. That's the word I was looking for. Deliverables.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do something, do it. Say you're gonna do it, do it. Don't just say I'm gonna do something, then don't do it. People gotta look for you, And
here's the dumb part: when you make a mistake, own it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry that our service sucks. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. No, it's not an inconvenience. Inconvenience is I was put on hold for a little while. Okay. The fact that I had to call GoDaddy like 17 times this week is not an inconvenience. It's what happens when you outsource to a foreign country and you don't give those people the proper training to help people.
Yes.
And it's got to be frustrating for them because you've got somebody that's like ready to kill them on the other side of the world.
And all they can do is say, yes, I'll get you an answer. Yes.
And that's it. And it's like, you don't believe them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
they're lying.
Well, they don't know.
And the other thing is just like DJing. Like, I think DJing is about being 3 to 4 songs ahead. You know what I mean? You're always like 3 to 4 songs ahead. Where am I driving this set? Where am I going? Right?
Where I want to go and where can we possibly go? Yeah. Right.
Somebody asks you a customer service question. Okay. You need to know where they're going so you know how to guide them there. And part of that is asking open-ended questions to have them help you help them, and that's the crazy part about it. It's not rocket science. Like nothing we do is rocket science. Okay. I mean, and it's amazing what gets people upset. My mother was an emergency room nurse for 33 years. Okay. She practically has an anxiety attack over trying to text now because she's 75 years old. She can't figure it out. She hates her effing phone. listening to a 75-year-old woman scream at her phone like it's going to talk back to her. I remember telling her once, I'm like, did you ever have to start someone's heart again with like shocking them? She's like, well, yeah. I go, you realize how much more difficult that is than figuring out how to text? Relax. No one's dying here.
God, that's
okay.
wild.
But I mean,
Wow.
but that's it. So part of it is just like go back to basics,
Wow.
and that's the crazy part.
Wow.
Be nice, hold the door for people, say hello. I mean, I'll give you another example. I'm having lunch with this business person, and we go to this restaurant that I'm at very regularly. And he happens to be the vice president of Jelly Belly, right? And I'm talking to him about this vision that I have for an ice cream and candy store that I'm developing. Every person in there is coming over to say hello to me. Every single person, every bartender. And this is at a lunch. The place isn't busy. And they had brought me a whole bunch of samples. And I politely said, I go, would you mind if I gave these to everybody here? They're like, no, by all means. So I'm handing them out to people, which brings even more people in. The vice president of Jelly Belly, by the end, he thought I owned the restaurant because of the amount of people coming over to say hello to me. And it was just because, listen, I'm just a good person, just trying to be nice to people. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why when you talk to like, the snotty Karen of the group that's just mad, every morning you have the ability, you wake up and decide if it's going to be a good day or a bad day. That's up to you. We have the same 24 hours a day as the people that you love and admire, the people you can't stand. What you do with it is up to you.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and I just think also to add to that, when you have been bit by the selfish bug, and it's all about you, there's no way humanly possible that you can practice good customer service. Because customer service means that you have to think outside of yourself and what you think or what you feel. So
you just, I think in business, you have to want to help people. Period.
Yeah.
That's it. If your goal is to help people, the money will come. There's no question about that. I mean, the money will definitely be there, but you have to want to help people, and part of it is not just being another DJ or another photographer or another whatever. I would say the majority of my world now, I don't want to do the same stuff that all of my competitors are doing. And that's why we've branched off into doing a lot more different stuff like foam parties and silent disco. And I just bought a company 3 weeks ago that does the large inflatable video screens. Because again, everyone's doing weddings and there's more and more venues and more DJs, which means that the pie's getting cut thinner and thinner on a Saturday night. And, so again, I'm trying to be places where there's not a saturation point. So, and some of these park districts and the agents for the colleges, they'll book me 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year. So I'm not having to resell myself. I mean, what's the worst phone call in the world is, oh my God, you've done all 14 of my cousin's weddings. I've been to all of them. They're unbelievable. Can we sit down and talk? Because it's between you and 65 other DJs that I'm looking at. And you're just like, didn't you just tell me I did like 700 of your cousin's weddings? Like, what? Huh? Why are you looking at 65 other DJs? And it's like, okay, and it's whatever. So, but.
So are we going back to the same spot and having deep dish pizza and corn hot dogs?
Different spot, but we are having Chicago style hot dogs, which Mike's going to like. All beef hot dog, Mike, mustard, relish, fresh cut onions, sport peppers, a sliced kosher dill pickle on that bad boy, some celery salt, calling it dragging it through the garden. Even if you take 2 bites and think it's disgusting because you guys in Texas put barbecue sauce on everything, I don't know. But it's delicious.
Mike is good, but he's a vegetarian, so I'm not even a vegetarian.
All right. I'll give
Be
you
a
a sliced
vegan.
pickle.
Oh, but I'm good. Don't worry.
You're vegan? I've
Yeah.
got a bucket of ice for you. It's fantastic. You'll love it. All right.
Oh man.
Yeah, we got Italian beef sandwiches, which Mike won't like either. And we'll have some vegan hot dogs there, just so that
we put barbecue on everything. Yeah. The audience comment. Yeah, we do.
Barbecue sausage. I think he meant sauce, right?
No, he might be. Yeah, we probably meant sauce, but we
Yeah.
do put barbecue sauce on everything.
Yeah, they do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, wow.
And then we'll have deep dish pizza, but we'll have vegetarian, but not vegan.
And I have
You will eat the cheese and you will like it, buddy.
Yeah. I have to give you another compliment too. I really like the part that you put in with the lunch breaks.
Oh yeah.
And it was cool to have the DJs out there spinning too during lunch. So I thought that was really cool because I talk to what's his name every year. Every conference I go to, hey man, there's great speakers that you don't want to miss, and you don't want to sit there the whole day and not be able to, And I just thought that was wonderful. Everybody went to lunch at the same time. We ate. You could chill, do whatever you want to, and you had somebody dropping the beats while we were eating. I thought that was really cool.
We've got it too. I don't even know. Lance George set it all up, so I'm not even sure who we've got or what's going on. I only know that DJ Alex Reyes from California is coming in.
My buddy, he's gonna do it again.
He's not. We told him he's taking a year off from opening for Qbert, and he's going back to lunches to give somebody else an opportunity, but he'll be at one of the lunch breaks.
Oh, okay. No, he's a great guy. Me and my wife partially adopted him last year. He hung out with us a lot, but Alex was really cool, and it was really sad about his father. So we are still praying for you. Your father last year. So he's
a good guy.
Man, I meet so many people. I can't remember all of them at all these conferences, but I try to meet at least one or two interesting people every year.
So let's do this here. So for the people that want to be in the 5%, where can they go to find out about the Marquee Show? Because there are people that's listening now that will listen later. Hey, get in the 5%. It's nothing wrong with continuing education. Be great.
So you can go to MarqueeShow.com, and I'll even give you. Let me see. I've got a promo code.
I'm putting it in the chat.
Let me find it. Let me find it right now.
Okay. Oh, a promo code.
Here. The promo code is. It'll save you $200 on a pass.
Oh.
So it's called KC Friend. So it's like friend, the letter K, the letter C. That's me, yours truly, and friend. So that means that you're a friend or family member. So it'll save you $200. So it'll take you from $4.99 down to $2.99 for a full pass, and that gives you lunch on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, access to all the parties. You get to go to.
The lunch was included in your package.
Yeah, that's in there. Lunch Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You get the parties. You get the exhibit floor. You get all the seminars. You get it all, baby.
How much is it?
But wait, there's more. As you know, you get a T-shirt when you come through the door.
Oh, and I like the baseball jerseys too. I thought those would be cool too.
Yeah, we've got those for the staff, so everyone knows exactly kind of who's in charge, so you can find them. In fact, I brought it to wear during the show, and I left it in the car.
Year, right?
Yeah, are we considered staff?
You better hope what when you're duct taping cords down, going, oh, way to go, open your mouth, mister. We're staff this year. Tearing down truss on Thursday rather than getting in the cab to the airport.
We'll do it before we get on the plane. Just,
there you go.
You just tell us what you need. We'll work for food.
Well, I'll tell you, if you like swag this year, we got it. Eliminator's doing T-shirts and bags. Danny Max is doing T-shirts. Promo Only's doing T-shirts. We've got a T-shirt. QSC just told me some of the stuff they're doing in their room. I'd be shocked if EV doesn't have swag. We have some cool swag, yeah.
So who all is going to be a curator?
Curator? Here, let me pull up
James is going to be there.
James is my boy. James is the best. So Electro Voice will be there with a demo room again. Mm-hmm. Danny Max has got the first 4 booths when you first walk in the door. promo only, curator, American DJ Association, Photo Booth Association. Allenberg will not only be speaking, but also presenting. So you can buy his books, his DVDs, his tutoring, DJ Intelligence, Vibo, Relevantful, which is a CRM program. Spot My Photo will be there. Photo Booth Expo.
You know, I
NLFX.
love them, man. I really would love to get into that. That Spot My Photo thing is really cool. So, like, you have to,
Oh yeah, Ryan's the best. I
they'll
mean,
take
that's an
somebody,
awesome
take your
program.
picture, and any other time you're somewhere and they take a picture, it'll automatically get sent to you.
It uses a facial recognition software,
Wow,
but because you're unlike Facebook, they got in all kinds of trouble for doing that because you're opting in to allow them to do that. So when you first get there, you take a picture in front of the step and repeat, "Hey, I'm here." You punch in your cell phone number into their phone.
That's
every single time since you opted in. The nice part about it is you get your picture taken anytime throughout it. You'll get an email or a text sent to you saying you've been spotted, and bam, that's it. So
that's nice.
It's really cool.
Super cool.
Nobody in Dallas has done that yet. Nobody in Dallas has come up with that yet, but it's really cool. Yeah, we had Danny on the show. We've had Rachel on the show.
They're great people. They'll both be there.
Yeah.
So
and, who's hosting this year? Is it Big Daddy and
Big Daddy and Rachel, and then Lance George is our DJ. We have a local radio legend doing our 90s party, and like I told you, I'm going to try to talk to Ed Lover about coming out because he's on the radio here in Chicago.
Okay.
And then we've got Jamie Perez from Explosive is going to be emceeing the DJ of the Year competition on Wednesday night.
Okay.
So, but even going back to to vendors, we've got Sherman Specialty that does the hats, props, wigs, costumes, props for you, QSC, the how to for the I do, M13 graphics, DJ EP, Totomatic, Chauvet DJ, the DJ Trivia, DJ Bingo, Revo Spin, Mainline Audiovisual, Pioneer, Perfect Portals, Lumify Labs, which is another new CRM program, Blizzard, Gear Club Direct, Eliminator, Avanti Audio, Global Trust, DMP Printing will not be exhibiting, but they'll be hanging out, and they're sponsoring one of the parties.
Okay.
We have Simple System, which is another CRM. So we have 4 different CRMs that are going to be there for you to check out. So if you've ever thought about streamlining your company, you've got all of the tools, plus you've got DJ Intelligence, which has the planning tools, plus you've got Vibo, which has the whole, music to Spotify to that. I mean, it's crazy. Then we've got 123 DJ, who's a dealer. I mean, we've got 4 or 5 different dealers. So I mean, we've got.
So it's really exploded since last year. Yeah,
it's growing. We win a few, we lose a few. Like Touch Picks is not coming back this year. LA Photo Party's not back this year. It looks like as right now. ProX, Gabriel told me he's coming. Jetpack told me they're coming, but I haven't gotten their.
And I've been wanting to meet. I haven't had a chance to meet Gabriel yet. Talked to him many times.
He just told a mutual friend that he's personally going to be there this year. So
all right, good.
So that's it. And you know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping that he ships his new DJ booth to the show because he's going to be represented by 123 DJ, and so is Pioneer.
Did you hear that, Gabriel? Did you hear that, Gabriel?
Yeah. So here's what you do: you buy the brand new Pioneer controller, then you walk 10 feet over. You buy the brand new case for the Pioneer controller. You slip that bad boy in, you wrap it up, and you take it on the plane with you. And then
and that's another great thing about the shows too. Everybody's got show specials, and then at the end of the show, if they don't sell everything, they sell gear on the floor. So you could walk out of there with something brand new that's been touched by a bunch of DJs, but it's straight off the showroom floor. You know it works, and you get it for a low price just because they don't want to take it back home with them.
Danny's already got everything he's bringing to the show listed, and he's got incredible prices for all of it. So,
yeah, he did that in Vegas a couple years ago. I was tempted, but
he sold out last year. He sold out his entire booth
before he even left.
Entire room before he even got there. Everything was taken.
Yeah.
So and Revo Spin has got a brand new DJ booth. So if you're looking at DJ booths, they've got a brand new LED DJ booth. It is so cool.
So can you give us 10 minutes with all the exhibitors?
Yeah. How about this? Like we can try to set it up so that you're there before the show floor opens, so it's nice and quiet, and they can
come by.
Yeah, we can set that up. That's no problem at all.
Do we need to send you our logo to get added to it now?
Yeah, we can do that. I can. What do you call it? I can. Here's what we can do is. I'm going to guess the best thing we could do is I'll email everybody that you're going to be there doing interviews, and I'll give them your contact information to set it all up so they can contact you to find out like in the morning. And then you could just go from one to another or do you have a Calendly system by chance?
Yes, we sure do.
You know what? If we do that, you can set it up for that show and do like 10-minute segments and they can just click it. That's it. Blam, blam, blam. You set it up and then give me the link. I'll send it to all the exhibitors. They can pick the times that you want to. That way you can still be in Rudy for that. But then maybe you missed the one after. Or
do you have the show schedule already up?
It's already up on MarqueeShow.com.
Man. Keith, tell them how they can get in contact with you besides the MarqueeShow.com.
You can get me on Facebook. The best way to get me on Facebook is through Marquee now. And the best thing you could do for yourself and your business, it costs you $0. Join the Marquee Show community page.
Already there.
Right. There is zero drama. There is no fighting. It is just ideas and sharing and no drama. If somebody's new to the industry and they ask a question like, where do you buy music from? No one's going to pounce on you like they do in other groups because I don't allow it. I shut it down right away. And so, listen, we're all there to help each other because we were all a new DJ at one time. We've all been doing it forever and everybody in between. And that's it. So that's the way to go.
Well, man, that's great. So we will see you in Chicago. Let me look right quick and see. We'll be there.
I'm coming.
If not, I'm by myself. But he said he's coming.
I'm going to buy my ticket as soon as I get off in about an hour.
So I'll be there Sunday.
I'm going to send you an instant message.
No, I'll be there Monday morning.
Yeah, Monday morning. That's good.
Yeah, so we'll be there.
I'll have you start stuffing bags. No, I'm just kidding. So, but if you guys want to make flyers though to promote your show, do it. I'll stuff them in all the bags. So print me up like 500 flyers. The first 500 people. I
live with a graphics person, and I know one personally sitting next to me. So
you should do something about that logo on your T-shirt then, because it's terrible.
What?
Just kidding.
I hate it real.
Did you see his face? He's like, I'm not coming now. I am not going to Chicago. You can stick that hot dog where the sun don't shine.
Keith. Always a pleasure, man. Always.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. I appreciate you having me on. And make sure that is this go to YouTube as well?
Yeah, it's on YouTube too. You can get the link.
Cool. Well, then let's go ahead and share the link right away in the group page and stuff. I'll share it on the Marquee Show page. We'll get it out and about.
Oh yeah, we will.
And when people know you've had me on, no one will watch it. No one will watch it.
All right.
So I'm gonna give you the Ricky Bobby hands.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Well, good, brother.
I'm more of an anchor man. So remember when he turns to Christine Applegate and goes,
"Oh yeah,
I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of a big deal around here."
Yes, you are, kid. Yes, you are. And the most, man, I repost so much of your stuff in my DJ group because you're talking about people coming up to you asking for free tickets. You talking about other things because some of it's just hilarious and it's so damn true because people, everybody wants something that nobody wants to do nothing, and then everybody wants to find a way to complain about something and not gonna do anything. So
Well, listen, whether you go to my show, or you go to any other show, I'm going to tell you, get to a show. Mike, if you can't make it, get to Vegas. Okay.
No, I'm
like, in all seriousness, like if something happens, your dog gets run over by a car, whatever happens, go to Vegas, go to Wedding NPA. Like there's great education out there.
Yeah,
I know
it really is.
I've been to 12 shows this year in various industries.
And I like that one show you went to in California, the
Social Media Examiner.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. What did you think of it?
It was great. And you know how many DJs were there?
You.
0.
Yeah,
So
that's outside the box. I saw that. I said he won't be by himself next year.
Yeah, no. And the stripper convention, because I go there because I charge by the pound. So I make I roll in it. So I mean it's all there. But no, I've been to nightclub and bar, the International Pizza Expo, because we have a catering business, the National Restaurant Association show, the Sweet and Snack Show, which is all about candy stores. I've been to the MAX PBX show. I've been to NAM. I've been to the Wedding Show Producer Conference. I went to Midwest. That might be it. But that's all this year. I was supposed to go to the Audio Lighting Symposium, and the serpentine belt in my Mercedes broke. Literally, I just pulled up in front of the house, and that was it.
I really want to go to that, especially being in Minneapolis and the stuff they do with it. But I just haven't been able to figure out,
Well, they said this was the last one.
I know.
I talked to Mike Fernino, though, after, and he's having some surgery. He's going to try to make it out to Marquee. I told him that if the powers that be don't want it to be in Minnesota, I would love to work with him to bring it into into Marquee.
Yes.
So we can do it like a day early, try to condense it, do whatever, add it into the curriculum to give people some tough choices, but they've got choices.
Yeah, a day of lighting would be cool. That would be good.
Yeah. And then I also, I've been talking with these pro sports DJs about doing a show as well. So, or being part of the show. And then I talked to Bad Boy Bill about doing like a Chicago house type of a thing as well. So we get all kinds of going on. Lots of possibilities for the future. And, we're going to keep growing this bad boy. So,
yes, sir. And two DJs and the mic will be there doing the interviews, talking to everybody. Hopefully we'll get to talk to that person we can't mention, the other person we can't mention, and the other person we can't mention.
I'm thinking I'll believe it when it's not DJ JP and his wife and a DJ at home.
DJ Cali Cal. No, he's coming. If he says he's gonna do something, he's coming. Yeah, now we got him on the spot, and everybody in Facebook, Crosstalk, all of our group,
I'm coming.
Mike's personal page. So if I'm doing interviews and Mike's not there, y'all know what happened.
I'm coming.
We're going to just start. If he doesn't show up, every person, we're just going to dial his phone. For like 3.
We're going to give it, when you do the opening monologue, you're just going to give out his phone number.
Yeah. Watch. I'm going to wind up getting all these celebrities to come in and be like, hey, it's Justin Timberlake. Where are you, Mike? I want to be on your show. But I'll only do it if it's you and JP.
Wow. Keith, it's been good, man. We're going to let you run, brother.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you so much. So I look forward to seeing you for sure, Jay. And we'll see. We'll see about this one.
All right, man. Talk to you later, Keith.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, man.
Peace.